Hi, I'm Samantha Tan, and this is Sam Tan's Kitchen, where I try to show you how to home cook food for really cheap and really easy and save all the money you might be spending eating out in restaurants. Today, I'm going to show you a very typical Malaysian snack or dessert. It's a Malaysian mashed banana fritter. There's many variations of it. The version that I like to make, which I'm going to show you now, is a little flatter, really bite-sized, really golden, and crisp on the outside, really moist on the inside. It's a terrific way to use up your overripe bananas if you're sick of banana bread, which is what everybody does with overripe bananas. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the stove, and I'm going to get the oil heated for deep frying. Now you can use any vegetable oil. Olive oil is not really that great because it doesn't have a high burning temperature. And I like to use a really small pan, like this one, the tiniest one you can find. If you use a giant pot, you're gonna need like a gallon of oil. I put like maybe an inch high. Turn on the flame just to get it heated while I mash the banana. Okay, and all this takes, there's no machinery, you don't need a masher, all you need is a bowl and a fork. Now I'm going to take this ugly banana right here, and you should never have a fear of bananas that are kind of deformed and ugly and black and bruised. As long as it's not rotten, you can use it. They are the best ingredient for recipes like this. So I'm just going to do one portion for now. You can definitely do double, triple, quadruple, however many, use a whole bunch if you want. Just multiply everything as needed. Grab a fork, smash the banana up. Smash this to a pulp. Now the reason for the name kueh kodok, which translates to toad cake, is because it's not because it's made of toad. It's because when you fry it, it comes out kind of knobbly and brown looking, and so I guess some people think that it looks like a toad, hence the name. Right, so mashed up the banana. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of flour. You don't really have to measure this part. If you want to, you can use a measuring spoon. I'm just going to use a dinner spoon. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of rice flour. Rice flour is a secret ingredient when you're deep frying things. It makes everything really crispy. About a teaspoon of sugar. The banana is already sweet, so you don't need that much. A little bit of salt. And then you're going to add baking powder. Now, this has to be measured. Put too much in, it tastes of metal, and it makes everything horrible. So I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. And when you measure in teaspoons, don't do that, because that kind of doubles the quantity. You want to even it out so it's completely flat. And then you just mash that together. This looks like really little, but it makes like 5 or 6 pieces for one person. As I said, I typically make 3 or 4 bananas at one go, which sometimes I eat all of by myself. So it makes a kind of sticky dough like this. So it's kind of a floppy dough. Alright, okay. Now we're going to fry it. And I'm going to show you several ways of deep frying, what tools you can use. You can use a slotted spoon. You can use a fork. If you're Asian, like me, you can use these giant chopsticks, which are awesome. And if you want smaller chopsticks, just use one of these takeaway bamboo ones. So I'm going to go to the stove. The oil should be heated up. I'm going to take 2 teaspoons, which is how I'm going to plop the dough in. So first, I'm going to show you by snapping these bamboo chopsticks. Now the way to tell if the oil is hot enough, if you stick a wooden chopstick in, it starts to sizzle and bubble like that. That's kind of when you know the temperature's right. The oil should be at medium-ish to high heat. 2 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon is to scoop, and the other teaspoon is to scoop it off. You can do several at a go. Just scoop it off. Now, if you don't have chopsticks or you can't use chopsticks, use a fork for a little pot like this. It might stick to the bottom if your oil's too shallow. Flip it around a little. If you're frying a bigger batch, feel free to use a slotted spoon, as I said. I'm going to stick to my chopstick. Let me show you this big one. These are so cool. But it's the best way to stay really far away from hot oil while being able to like toss and turn everything. Now what you should have ready is a plate nearby. I'm going to put some kitchen towels on it to absorb the oil. The baking powder is going to help it puff up. Wonderful. You can see the nice color they're turning. I like them a little darker than this. So I'm going to wait a while. Alright, so I think that's ready. You lift it out, give it a little tap. If you want to use a fork or a slotted spoon, go right in. As always, be careful. Don't stick your face too close to it. You never know. Accidents might happen. Alrighty. Turn the heat off. But this is one portion. So, there you have it. It's Malaysian mashed banana fritters, Sam Tan style. It's cheap, it's simple, and it's delicious. For this recipe and more, visit www.samtanskitchen.com.